Hey guys, Dynasty Warrior 6 here with a interesting video that a few people have asked me to kind of do, and it's just kind of discussing the build up to the Portland Retro Gaming Expo and kind of everything like that. A lot of people know that a lot of people basically know I'm going to the Portland Retro Gaming Expo, which is probably one of the biggest retro gaming events in the on the West Coast, and one of the biggest, I think, in the possible country. It's been around now for, this is like I don't know, maybe 7th, 8th year, I don't quite recall. I know I went last year, and we did a really good job coming back with some seriously good stuff. Of course, I kind of watched recently the last year video with Cam and Jason, and holy cow, it was interesting to watch yourself from a year ago, and you look at your collection now from a year ago, and you realize how directional it is. I was really I didn't have much of a direction I was going with my retro gaming collection. Now I do. Now I've actually got a direction I'm going. But a year ago, I didn't have a direction at all. It was kind of like, okay, I'm shooting for the moon here. I was going all over the place. I was having PlayStation games, and I got a huge stack of PlayStation games, but really they were good games and all, but it was kind of like generic titles and good stuff. It was just kind of funny it's funny to watch yourself from a year ago. Even Jason, made comments like, wow, we were both agreed that it was directionless. Now we have a direction we're going. So I'm just kind of discussing what we're going to be looking for, what we're looking at, what we're looking into. I actually printed out for me and Jason's reading and figuring out pleasure the Portland Retro Gaming map. This is the floor plan. A lot of it's TBD, which is to be determined. So we know where the main vendors are going to be, but we don't know where are the vendors that we may want to see. Some of the smaller ones we may want to see, we don't know where they're going to be at, but we know where the bigger ones are going to be at. Like, Jason's looking really forward to going to Recycled Gamer. He's this guy. He's really cool. He's I think he's got a YouTube channel. I don't know for certain. But Recycled Gamer is a guy who sells a lot of stuff, and he's got a lot of system accessories. Like, I think, Jason, was it you that got the Master System from him? No? What? Do you know what system it was?
Patrick got the 32X bundle.
Oh, that's right. He got the 32X bundle. That was a really good deal. But he has a lot of accessories. So Jason's really looking forward to seeing that guy, because Jason's looking into getting, TurboGrafx 16 hookups, controllers, and games, and he definitely needs the hookups, especially. I'm looking forward to getting those as well as some additional Saturn hookups, as well as I'm looking forward to seeing Specialty Gamer. He's this one guy. Last year, I bought a huge chunk of my games that I picked up at the Portland Retro from him, and he was a great guy. He was willing to negotiate really well. You could offer a certain amount of money and he would take it pretty much, or he'd be willing to negotiate to a point. And he was a great guy to meet and talk to for a brief moment and just negotiate with. And he had a lot of great stuff. Sega CD he had. I remember he had a Sega Saturn, a good chunk of Genesis, and a lot of box Super Nintendo. He had a ton of box Super Nintendo games. Of course, when I only bought like one box game of Super Nintendo there. Of course, this year I might try to go for more. I know Jason is definitely trying to go for more regarding box games. I have printed out a small list for myself, Dr. Reaper Zero Patrick, who is also going with us, and Cam and Jason, as well as Sarah, our other roommate, a list of individual games, because we're going to separate. We're not going to all be together at all the time. We're not going to huddle together and move together in one group. We're going to basically just go our own ways and just look around. So everyone gave me a little list, and I printed out a list of games that each person is really looking for at the Portland Retro, that they really would love to get. So, Jason's list contains like Mega Man X2 on Super Nintendo. He would love to get it complete in box. Earthbound, and he wants, some box N64, Super Nintendo, and Nintendo games. He's also looking into getting a Knuckles plushie, like the soft, kind of like not my bobblehead, but like a softer one. And Mischief Makers and Contact on Nintendo DS. And Patrick, Dr. Reaper Zero, he's getting Secret of Mana, Soul Blaze, he wants to get Secret of Mana box, Soul Blazer box. It's just kind of a lot of, really tough games. But this way, if we see them for a really good price, we can grab them and hang on to them for our friend our friends. That way, they can call us, on our phones or something, and say, "Hey, come here, look, I found this one game," and we can come over and pick it up. So, it save us time and effort on games. So I got, these, four lists, one for each of us. That way, when we go, we each have a list of, they're the same exact list of games that we're looking for, which is cool because it helps us out in the long run instead of sitting there like, well, I don't know if William wanted that game really. But also what's happening at the Portland Retro besides buying games is we're going to possibly be meeting up with a lot of YouTube personalities. I'm excited to. I'm hoping to meet a lot of these people that I've seen on YouTube before. I'd love to meet the Game Chasers, Messy Video Game Nerd, Metal Jesus, Gamester81. Just a lot of people that are going to be there. I want to meet maybe once and just visit with them for even the shortest of even a few minutes, just to visit and see how they go about and what they are like in real life, and just visit them because they're kind of they're the ones who inspired us to do our channel, and now we get the chance to meet these people, which is really cool because these people kind of changed our lives in a way. So I'm kind of excited to meet these people and just figure out what makes them tick, kind of, and not in a gay way or anything like that, in a straight way, platonic. Yeah. So I also am bringing my complete Sega Genesis listing. This is what I use. This is actually my personal page for finding Sega Genesis games. Every one that's highlighted yellow, I don't know if you can see it or not, but that's a game I have. And I use this list in order to figure out what I need and what I don't need, usually when I go out hunting. This list has seen better days. I've definitely crumpled it, squished it, and messed with it quite a bit. But it helps me keep track of what I have and don't have. So I'm taking my big list, my Sega Genesis big old fatty list there. So I will have it with me because I definitely do not want to buy duplicates because I have made that mistake before in the past, even though it's only affected like a few dollars. It doesn't help when, the few dollars could go for a different game. So I'm going to have my big list. Excuse me, I'm just kind of overcoming a little bit of a cold that I just got recently. And I also have my own personal list of other games that I'm looking to get. This is just a list of games that I'm looking to pick up that are not Sega Genesis related so much, that they are just games that are like I would love to get for a really good deal. On here is like Mega Man Legends 2. I have no misconceptions. That's like a $60, $70 game. So finding it would be great for a really good price. But you got to be realistic when you go into these things because this is an event of resellers. And that's the only thing I'm kind of like, oh man, this is going to be kind of hard because we've been doing thrift stores and Goodwills and Craigslist deals for a year now. We have been doing it for a year now, so it's kind of hard to cut that out and realize that you're going to be paying basically full price to pretty close to at least 80-90% of the market value on these games. But the point is, you realize that these games that are here, you may not find anywhere else. Like, I would love to find Castlevania Bloodlines on Sega Genesis complete in box. That's a hard game to find out in the wild, especially in good condition. This is a chance to find it in good condition. And I'm looking into possibly picking up Resident Evil 1, the long box. The Black Label long box. That's what, $15, $20 possibly. I'm going to be paying probably full price on that. I might be able to negotiate down a little bit, but there's that issue too. But there's a lot of games there. I watched some of the last year's videos as well of Portland Retro from last year. I saw some interesting videos that people did, and it was really cool. And I was like, wow, it kind of brought me back to that moment at Portland Retro because I can't really I don't remember everything because I kind of blacked out at that moment because I was buying so much stuff. And this year I will have double the money that I had last year. Honestly, I will have double the money. It's going to be kind of cool to have more money to bring into this because it enables more buying. And since I've already gotten a lot of games that I thought I was going to get at Portland Retro, it enables me to buy additional games that I want. I'm hoping there's a lot of Sega Genesis, and I'm hoping there's a lot of complete-in-box Super Nintendo games for Patrick and Jason, because that's what we're really going for. In a nutshell, that's it. Really, it's the Sega Genesis complete-in-box for me, and it's Super Nintendo for Patrick and Jason. There's a lot of people we're gonna meet, and if you do see us in not hypothetically, if you're a YouTube guy here and you see us, walk up to I'm gonna walk up to the Game Chasers and just introduce myself because they don't probably know me or they may have seen me once, but if you see me and I don't see you, walk up and introduce yourself to us because we may not cross paths. This is gonna be a huge expo. This is massive compared to last year's. This is just like they said it's like this right here. If you look, right here, I would say was the original expo from last year. That's kind of like the original size. If not, it may have been up there a little bit, but it's huge this year. It's massive now. So if you see us, even just Cam Man Jason or Dr. Reaper Zero, walk up to us and say hi. We're not scared to say hi and talk and everything. We might be entranced in the moment though, because we're gonna be surrounded by games, so we might have drool hanging out our mouths and stuff like that and look like zombies. But that happens, especially here. But yeah, so don't be scared to say hi to us. I swear we don't bite unless you want us to. And then if the price is right, we always bite. But it's gonna be fun. I'm really pumped up for it. I'm glad I got recently sick, so thankfully I'm just getting over it. So thankfully, knock on wood, it happened early on. The sickness, it hit me and it hit Dr. Reaper Zero pretty hard. We actually had to call it. We both work at the same place, so we both were calling in like the same day. So everyone thought we were goofing off, but no, we legitimately got sick. My roommates, even Cam and Jason, could vouch. I puked. I was doing it. But anyways, back to the original subject. We are looking forward to Portland Retro. There is so much going on. I am looking forward to the panels. I don't know if I'm going to sit in on the panels, really. I don't know if Cam Man Jason is either. We may walk in for a brief moment and sit down. I don't know. It's kind of up in the air with that. Last year there were a lot of panels going on, and we really didn't go to any of them just because we were such in the moment of looking at games. And this year, we each have more money this year. And that's another blessing. Like last year, we thought we had a lot of money, but this year we have more. So it's going to be really nice going into this and having way more money and a really clear set and goal of what we're looking into getting. Because, it sucks when you don't have a goal and you're kind of just buying games and you're not really figuring out what you want to do. Because I think even Cam and Jason can agree. We did well last year, but it was just all over the place, really. And now this year, we have a set goal. We know what we're kind of going into. I got my envelope of money right here. Yay, envelope. But there it is right there. He's just sitting there. I wrote on Portland Retro Gaming Expo Fund, my fund. But we're going to have fun. We're going to hopefully get a good parking spot. We're leaving really early. We're going to be in line real early on just to make sure we can get our tickets early because we have early entry, of course. And we're going to get our tickets, get in line, and be one of the first ones through the door, hopefully. Probably second or third. Who knows? But that's about it, guys. So Jason, you got anything to add you want to say?
You got it.
I got it. Alrighty then. So we'll see you guys there. If you see us and we don't see you, walk up to us and say hi if you want to. If I see you and I don't recognize you immediately, I apologize. I try to remember all the YouTube names. Some of them are a little harder than others, but if you just if you want to introduce yourself and say what your YouTube name is, great. I can't wait to meet you. I hope to meet everybody. I hope to get some great photos, and we're going to do a lot of recording. So stay tuned, guys, for this weekend. We'll probably get the videos up on Monday. We're going to get all the Retro Gaming Expo video footage up, and we'll probably get our finds up Sunday afternoon, evening. So we'll have the huge finds right at the end. We'll get it all up. So we'll have all that up in at least 2 days, 2-3 days tops. That way you guys don't have to wait too long. You can kind of see what it was like, and we're going to get a lot of footage. I promise you that, a lot of footage. So thanks for tuning in, guys. I hope to see you there.